What is up, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to another edition of Meat on the 50. Yes, we are now all the way on to NFL week number 9. The last time we talked, it was NFL week number 7. Yes, time has flown by. Man, oh man, you're only getting one half of the sports guys today, but we are breaking down the action. That's why there is no, intro, and then let's get going. It's intro and then let's get going. Yes, what is up, everybody? Hi, how's it going? I am Jacob Cutler, one half of the sports guys, and it's just going to be me today. Yes, Brandon is tied up with work. He will be back next week. We got back from Boston last week. Man, oh man, what a trip. What an absolute amazing trip we had. We literally went all over to the East Coast, from, Boston to New York to Maine to New Hampshire to anywhere in between. I mean, so many lobster rolls. So just a lot of good times. A lot of good times we had in Boston and on the East Coast. But we are back. I am back, and I am back to give you this week's picks. Yes, but first, let's quickly go over how we did over these last 2 weeks. Yeah, we haven't been with you, so let's just quickly review it. Let's put it up on the screen. So for week number 7, Brandon going 10-5, 1-0 on his guaranteed victory. For myself, 9-6, 1-0 on my guaranteed victory. Overall for the season, that put us at, for Brandon, 66-41, 4-3 on his guaranteed victories. For myself, 61-46, 5-2 on my guaranteed victories, right? Week 8, let's put it up there. For Brandon, 11-5, 1-0 on his guaranteed victory. For myself, 12-4, 1-0 on my guaranteed victory. Solid week last week. I wish we could have brought you the picks live and, in person. We weren't able to, but we still had a strong picking week. Overall for the season, that is going to put us at, yes, for Brandon, 77-46, 5-3 on his guaranteed victories. For myself, 73-50, 6-2 on my guaranteed victories. Yes, solid season so far. Solid work. Let's wipe those off the screen and let's just get into the picking action. Why waste time? So, I mean, in all honesty, every game this week, except for one game, is going to be a quick pick game. Yeah, there's only one game that we really need to talk about this week, and it's one of the biggest games, and it's also a division game, and it's going down in the afternoon, but we're just going to burn through these quick picks. So let's get the little board up on the screen. All righty, we got our board up on the screen, and it is quick picking time. So kicking us off on Thursday, we got the 6-3 Houston Texans traveling to New York to take on the 3-6 New York Jets. Brandon going Texan. I'm actually going to go with the Jets. Yeah, they got to get a win here with their interim coach eventually. I thought it was possibly going to be last week. It wasn't. It was embarrassing. So, yeah, I think this week against a pretty good Houston Texans team, but they got to get a win. They got to get a win with this interim coach. So, Jets, Brandon taking the Texans. Moving on to our morning quick pick games. We got the 3-4 Dallas Cowboys, who are atrocious, taking on the 5-3 Atlanta Falcons. Brandon surprisingly going with the Cowboys. I'm going to roll with the Falcons. Falcons handling business at home. We got the 2-5 Miami Dolphins traveling to the 6-2 Buffalo Bills. Both of us are taking the Bills on this one. Buffalo Bills getting the job done. They're at home. We got up next, we got the 2-6 Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the 3-5 Cincinnati Bengals. And yes, I will be in attendance at this game along with some other sports guys friends. You may remember from last year, Andy Gomez, Isaac Gonzalez, Sergio Oseguera. Yeah, all of those guys will be joining me at that game in Cincinnati. We are highly looking forward to just hanging out, watching some football. Bad, good, indifferent, what have you. We're going to be excited. But I got the Bengals getting the job done. They're at home for their first victory at home. Absolute sham. Our next quick pick game, we get the 4-3 Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego. Go Chargers, go! Against the 2-6 Cleveland Browns. Brandon going with the Chargers. I'm actually going to go with the Dukies. I love Famous Jameis. He is the quote unquote funniest player in the NFL. I love Jameis, so we're going to rock with the Dukies this week. Dukies getting the job done there at home. We got the 2-6 New England Patriots, who came coming off a massive victory last week, traveling to the 1-6 Tennessee Titans. Jeez Louise. Brandon going with the Titans. I will be going with the Patriots. Moving on, we got the 6-2 Washington Commanders traveling to the 2-6 New York G-Men Giants. Yeah, Brandon is going to go with the Commanders, and I'm going to go with the Commanders. I mean, no real shocker there, but we got another, and I wish we did an episode last week because it would be 3 weeks in a row. We got a whoop, 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 whoop. We got a double guaranteed victory for the Commanders, handling business against the New York Football Giants. Our next quick pick game, we got the 2-6 New Orleans Saints traveling to the 1-7 Carolina Panthers. We're both going Saints on this one. No faith in the Panthers. No hope in the Panthers. Bryce Young, not good. Not good at all. Moving on to the afternoon, we got the 2-6 Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the 5-2 Philadelphia Eagles. Both of us going Eagles on that one. No real shocker. Next up, we got the 4-3 Chicago Bears traveling to the 4-4 Arizona Cardinals. Both of us going with the Bears after that devastating loss to the Commanders last week. We got the Bears rebounding against the Cardinals there on the road. And then our last quick pick game of the afternoon, we got the 3-4 Los Angeles Rams traveling to the 4-4 Seattle Seahawks. Brandon going Seahawks. Surprisingly, we know he doesn't like the Seahawks. We know he as a Niners fan. That just doesn't, it kills him to support the Seahawks. So not really sure what his thinking is on that one, but I'm going to go with the Rams. Cooper Kupp coming back. Puka Nacua coming back soon, but Cooper Kupp back in the lineup. Kieran Williams absolutely dominating. We're going with the Rams, getting the job done there on the road. Moving on to our Sunday night football game. We got the 4-4 Indianapolis Colts traveling to the 5-2 Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, we got the Vikings on Sunday night football, and both of us, I think we're going to go with the Vikings, bouncing back after 2 losses. The Lions, baby. The Lions hangover is real. It is very, very real. Minnesota Vikings get back on that winning track, handle business against the Colts. And then our last quick pick game of the week comes on Monday. We got the 4-4 Tampa Bay, the Baker Bay Buccaneers traveling to the 7-0 Kansas City Chiefs. Pretty simple. Chiefs. I mean, yeah. Enough said. And then that'll do it for the quick picks. Yeah, like I said, nice and easy. Let's get those off the screen because let's talk about the game that actually deserves to be talked about. We got a massive divisional battle in the NFC North. We got a massive battle with not severe, but just good playoff implications to start us off at the beginning of the season. We all know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, but this is definitely going to determine who will be in first place in the NFC North Division. We got the 6-1 Detroit rolling Motor City Lions, baby, traveling to Lambeau Field to take on the 6-2 Green Bay Packers. Man, oh man, what a game we have in front of us. The big question of this game is Jordan Love's health, right? Big question mark. Just having a decent game last week, then getting injured. Malik Willis comes on, is able to steady the ship, still get the victory against the Jags. A massive victory, I will say, because, I mean, the NFC North is good, man. Everybody is winning. I mean, barring the Bears in that catastrophic loss, that catastrophic embarrassing loss, every team in that NFC North is competitive. They're competing. So this is going to be a fantastic matchup. I only wish it got its proper light, which is Sunday Night Football. Again, NFL schedulers, I just don't know what we're doing. I honestly just don't know what we're doing. I don't know the rationale behind picking these games. It just makes no logical sense. No logical sense. I mean, the Colts, Vikings, why? Who predicted that, who predicted that any of these teams were going to be good? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Can we please have a talk with the scheduling, the people in the NFL who schedule these games, and just pull their head out of your ass, wake up, and schedule some competitive, viewership-full games. Yeah, I just made up that word. But just come up with games that people actually want to watch. Because this is the game that everybody's going to want to watch. But now it's going to be sandwiched on top of a bunch of other games that no one gives a flying crap about. So, NFL dropping the ball this year with scheduling. But with that being said, I anticipate a highly competitive game. Jared Goff, honestly playing at an MVP type level. I believe he's at 74% completion percentage for the season. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Commanding that offense. I mean, just a perfect fit. An absolute perfect marriage between Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson. I mean, everything that they put around him. I mean, they really, truly have given him weapons that he can succeed with. It's crazy. So, Jared Goff, I mean, you could say it right now, midseason MVP, hands down. We're halfway through the season. We're at week 9, right? This is the halfway point now. So, I mean, you can make your argument that Jared Goff is your midseason MVP. Before that, you could easily make the argument for Lamar. But right now, just with the way everything is going and what transpired last week, I mean, the Lions put up 50 points last week. So, Jared Goff, definitely my midseason MVP. The Packers, on the other hand, I mean, just rolling. Just rolling. Whether it's Malik Willis, whether it's Jordan Love behind the helm, that team continues to roll. Josh Jacobs now starting to pick up steam. I mean, you have a plethora of these receivers, whether it's Dobbs, Reed, Watson, right? Musgraves, right? You have a plethora of these receivers and these tight ends now that truly make the Packers just so hard to compete with, right? Last week, the game-winning throw to, I think it was Reed, when he was just wide open against the Tennessee Titans, but he was just wide open. So Matt LaFleur knows how to draw. Matt LaFleur knows how to draw up plays, and he knows how to execute plays, which is the more important thing than drawing up plays. You have to be able to execute the plays that you draw up, right? And they're able to execute. So this game, I expect to be highly competitive. I expect it to go back and forth. Will it? We'll see. Typically, some of these times, as much as we build things up, as much as we hype up these games, they don't always live up to the hype. This is one game I could easily see. If Jordan Love can stay healthy the entire time, I can easily see this going back and forth until the end. Now, I'll say this. If the Lions go in and absolutely just boat race the Packers and run them out of Lambeau Field, I mean, clear the way for the Lions to make the Super Bowl, because I don't know who's going to stop them at that point. I mean, they already look like the best team in the NFL, aside from that other team in the AFC who I think is the worst looking 7-0 team I've ever seen in my life. But that's a story. That's just a conversation. That's another conversation for another day, right? But if the Lions can go in to Lambeau and boat race the Packers, watch out. Watch out for the Detroit Lions in 2024 because they're coming, man. No Diddy, but they are coming. Man, oh man. With that being said, I am going to go with the Lions. Brandon is going to go with the Lions. We are going to go with the Lions to get the job done and hopefully a close game against the Green Bay Packers to hold on to first place there in the NFC North. That's how easy it is. That's going to do it. That is going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. Yes, we are done with week 9. I mean, I know it was that quick, right? I mean, geez Louise, how much time was that, right? Yeah, we're done with week 9. We're going to be on to week 10 here very shortly. We'll be back into the swing of things come next week. We'll see if I can bring some shots, some footage. I know I said that about Boston. It was just too crazy. By the time we got in, it was so late. And lugging around that big old camera, it's just very hard to do. So we'll see if I can bring you some stuff from Cincinnati, right? iPhones take great videos. I can always cut something up from the iPhone. So I'll see what I can do for you guys. But other than that, that's going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. I mean, I'm just still surprised how easy that was. Man, I don't even know. I am one half of the Sports Guys, Jacob Cutler. The other half of the Sports Guys, Brandon Sullivan. He will be joining us next week. But until then, enjoy week 9. hopefully, the Niners sitting on the couch. So hopefully, Christian McCaffrey and those guys can all get healthy, start coming back. Hopefully the Bengals can get the job done against the Raiders. As my Raiders fans, I love you guys, but we got to go with the Bengals. That's going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. We are done with week 9. We are on to week number 10. It is picks time. It is game time. And all that's left to do is for them to strap it up, take the field, and get the job done. I'm Jacob Cutler, one half of the Sports Guys. And until our review episode, Jacob Cutler, over and out.